Welcome back. So in the previous lesson, we talked about locating and adding third-party plugins and VSTs, and specifically we dealt with the FabFilter Pro C. But let me share with you a little bit and talk to you about accessing presets within either Bitwig's personal effects or even your third-party effects. Let's talk about presets and saving them. It's important for us to know and distinguish, though, you can save presets within your third-party VSTs once you've modified and changed or made something from scratch that you like, and you can also save specifically in Bitwig. There's two different ways of doing that, so let's take a look at that right now. So let me go grab something here. Let's grab a reverb. It should have a few things to look at. So we've got our reverb here, and there's a couple ways of looking at the internal presets here at Bitwig. One of the ways we can do that is if you hover over these right-left arrows, it'll actually tell you right there. It says Show Hide Presets and Macros. But if you want to right-click for a quick preset list, you can do that right here. So I'm going to right-click, and then instantly we've got a list that we can choose from and jump right into a preset. But during a fast-paced or just a work environment, maybe that particular style of access to the effects isn't quite as efficient as you want it to be, to always come down a right click, always come down a right click, unless you specifically know where you're going. One of the other ways that you can kind of audition and look at presets here in Bitwig is actually go ahead and open this up. Don't really worry about these guys right now. We're going to look at this list right here. So it's got the fizzy verb in the header there. So if we click just anywhere in the open area, now we've got the complete list here as well. A little bit easier to kind of scan through your eyes, grab whatever you want. You can also, by using the right and left arrows, audition a little quicker. I kind of find myself using this method more than most, just because I like to be able to audition quickly through different settings. Plus, in the long run, as you go in here and modify and make changes to something and kind of make it your own, or say you've built something from scratch, you might want to save it, and this list can get quite large, so it's handy to be able to just jump through this guy real quick and easily there. So for instance, I made some changes there, so if we wanted to save this inside of Bitwig, you see where I clicked here, I click on the folder with the arrow, and then we can rename and do whatever we like here, and we can actually go in and give it further metadata by giving it some tags to be able to search for it more point specifically in the future. And where those will come on handy is it right here is where the metadata tags exist. So if we had given it any other bright or any other tag, that tag would be here in this category and it would be easier for us to access. We would just select it and jump right to it. So that is kind of internal to Bitwig, a couple different ways to access presets within the different audio effects. But what about third party? It actually works the same way, but remember earlier I was discussing with you that in the third party plugins you can actually save them directly in the plugin itself. So for instance, if I open up the plugin, we've got the interface here, and you've got your various presets within the plugin. I can click Save As here if I've made some adjustments and go ahead and save it to the VST's preset area. And the benefit there is, let's say you're using maybe Pro Logic or Logic Pro or Fruity Loops or Ableton, any of those other DAWs that are out there. If you have more than one on your computer and you tend to use maybe back and forth, if you've made some adjustments that you're comfortable with and you probably find yourself using a lot in different scenarios, I would probably suggest saving it within the preset, because then the preset itself, wherever it's pulled up, whatever DAW you're using it in, that's going to be available to you. But if you just want it specific to to Bitwig, got myself a little confused there talking about different DAWs, but if you just want the you know, if you've made the changes to the VST and you want the preset available in Bitwig, that's where you would just come in here. Sorry. And save it directly here, titling a name and then tagging it as well. And that would save it within Bitwig's preset library and give you instant access through the different menu selections here. So that is accessing presets in the third-party plugins as well as Bitwig's internal. So let's move on to the next lesson.